to come to attention while we begin our farewell ceremony of the Wall That Heals here at Life Tabernacle Church. On behalf of Life Tabernacle Church and the 300 plus volunteers who helped make this week an unforgettable, momentous occasion, we say thank you for your working around the clock, tirelessly, unselfishly giving, working, cleaning, and making sure that we honored, remembered, and welcomed home these 58,281 heroes of the United States of America. Today we thank our sponsors, Roadrunner Towing, Bingle, The Haven Cafe, Tugwell Mechanical, Central City News, Inspire Louisiana, Courtesy Golf Carts for the transportation, Turner Industries for the crane and the flag, Gulf South Insurance, Central Funeral Home, Lamar Advertising. Thank you for supporting and helping make this dream come true for the city of Baton Rouge. At this time, I want to introduce our color guard and ask them to come for a presentation of the colors. At this time, we're inviting to this pulpit a true American hero in every sense of the word, Vietnam veteran who did many tours for our nation, 1969 in the Vietnam War, Doc Holliday, who is coming to give us closing remarks and a song as well. Let's make this great American hero of the Vietnam War welcome.
Thank you, Pastor. First, giving all praises and honor to God, who is the head of my life. Life Tabernacle and the Wall That Heals. My wife and everyone here today for this awesome celebration for the men and women whose names are on this wall, the Traveling Vietnam Veterans Memorial. My name is Errol Doc Holliday, Sr. I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. When I graduated from Detroit High School out of the ROTC in 1958, I was already an E1 in the United States Navy boot camp. I was called the RCPO, Recruit Chief Petty Officer. I had to train 87 men how to move together as one unit. I went to preparatory school on the campus of Norman, Oklahoma, where I was tested for aviation in the United States Navy after joining. I went to an A school in Memphis, Tennessee, where I got my military rank, hydraulics and structures mechanic, on aircraft. I flew multi-engine aircraft as a crew member from 1959 when I went to Iwakuni, Japan, to 1960 when I went back to Japan to fly the Lockheed Electra 121 ECK-121, the triple tail aircraft. That was my first opportunity to fly as a crew member and fly into Japan, to fly over Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand. As I flew as a crew member, the name of the outfit was called VQ-1, Fleet Reconnaissance Squadron 1. That was my first tour over Vietnam. My second tour in Vietnam was 1969 January to 1969 December. In November of '69, in Cam Ranh Bay, Vietnam, where I was stationed, we had a firefight at the 22nd Army Replacement Hospital. That alerted our base. At that point in time, I was sent to the Army to get my weapon. It was at night. I had no uniform on and I was a silhouette. As I ran back to my position, I heard a weapon go click. No reason for that weapon to go click. But God saved my life that night. For me to be here today to tell you about my tour, 1-year tour in Cam Ranh Bay, Vietnam. We used to go out into the villages with the Vietnamese and help them. We would go to Nha Trang and help them. They looked at us GIs like we were ambassadors, which we were. But there were some things that changed Vietnam for us veterans. I went back to Vietnam after leaving in 1970, January. A third time, in 1971, I was flying the P-3 Orion Lockheed aircraft. We flew over Cambodia, Thailand, and as we flew over those areas, we sent reconnaissance back to the veterans on the ground. That's what our job was. That's what I did for 20 years, sending reconnaissance to our brothers and sisters on the ground in Vietnam during our tour. I retired from the United States Navy in 1977 in Silicon Valley, California, from Moffett Field Naval Air Station. I had my own business for 2 years, and then my life changed again. I was asked to take the examination for Lockheed Missiles and Space Corporation in Sunnyvale, California. I took that examination and they hired me. In 1983, they won the contract to build the Hubble Space Telescope. My position was a journeyman at that time, and I was asked to bring the Hubble Space Telescope to life, which is what God wanted me to do when He saved my life. So I stand here before you today to say I am full of awe. And I thank you so very much for being here to recognize all of these 280 names that's on this wall. I have 3 very close friends that's on that wall. And I want you to know I respect this and I honor this from the bottom of my heart. And I thank my wife, Janice Marie Stephen Holliday, for being here with me today. And all the pastors and all the members of Life Tabernacle, thank you so very much for having us here. We do love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc Holliday, for those wonderful words, and may we never forget your sacrifice for our great nation. We want to thank the Vietnam Veteran Memorial Fund, Tim and Sandra, and 2 more from Washington, who are some of the greatest Vietnam War and era historians that I've ever had the privilege of being around. They helped thousands of people every day this week live through the moments, special moments that will leave an indelible mark on our life for the rest of our lives. This week, one very special highlight: 2 motorcycles pulled into the parking lot on the east side of the campus. A black Lincoln Navigator was following the escort. Several people got out of that Navigator, and one Vietnam veteran that it took him at least an hour to get from the parking lot out to the wall. They knew exactly where to bring him. When he reached the wall, he fell to his knees and began to weep uncontrollably. From Baton Rouge to boot camp to Vietnam and back home, it was his first opportunity to see the Vietnam Wall, the wall that heals. After an hour of him spending a time of sacred remembrance at this wall that heals, I had the privilege of interviewing him, where still he wept and could hardly speak, but through much emotion he told me that the name that he knelt before for better than an hour, a 6'4" Marine that saved his life when a grenade was thrown toward them, that Marine, whose name is on the wall, kicked him into the foxhole and fell instead and took the brunt of that collision. And when he told me that, I couldn't help but feel the gratitude of one soldier who another man was his substitute. And then I thought about all of you this week who have come to relive the moments of that terrible war, of the 58,281 names. May they never be forgotten. May God bless the United States of America, and may God bless these heroes behind us today. Let's give them a good round of applause. At this time, we're going to ask the color guard to retire the colors. Thank you. May God bless the memory of these great American heroes. May God bless the United States of America.